welcome to today's live stream, our inspiration. Today we are going to talk about authentic expressions of gratitude and appreciation. How is everybody today? Hello, Ray. Here I am. Hello, Valerie, to you. Hello. I'm so happy to see everybody, and I'm really excited about today's topic. If you are all here on Finding Your Tribe, we had a lot of humor and laughter about gratitude. Hello, Lynn. And it's so funny. I watch it and it's so funny. But gratitude is so wonderful. And so there is I'm laughing about it, and we're laughing about it because there is an element of it that we're efforting it. And that's what I want to remove from it, the efforting of gratitude, and just really have the authentic expression of self, the authenticity. So today the intention is really to talk and to recalibrate collectively to determine what is it that we're efforting. What is it that we're doing that we should? Let's get rid of the shoulds and let's get back to the authentic expression of self. Lynn, good morning to you as well. Good morning. So how is everybody feeling? And how does everybody feel about gratitude, appreciation? And I know when we talked about there is a distinction between gratitude and appreciation. And I know words matter and I know intentions matter. So today I want to have gratitude and appreciation and thankfulness and satisfaction all to be Ray, I hope there is no lawn service today. Oh my goodness, I still can't believe they came on Tuesday rather than Wednesday, but we will make it work. And I keep going back and forth of whether or not I should do outside or not feel like do outside. So I still haven't come to a conclusion, although it's too risky. I don't know. We'll see. You all tell me what you think. Lynn, I'm feeling sad today. Is there something particular, Lynn? Feeling sad is okay for no particular reason, but are you aware of anything that in your mind that's associated with your feeling? Is it TED? Is there something else? Is it general? Is it specific? It's not, I know that it's so interesting because it's nice to know the associated thought. We don't need to effort to find a thought. So I like deconstructing the key lime pie. What's our egoic beliefs? What's my mind? What's my emotions? What's my body? I like to do it. But we don't have to do it if it's not coming to us and it's not allowed and we're not meant to know it all. But it's helpful to also know if there's associated thoughts, because sometimes the emotions start it, sometimes the mind starts it, sometimes the body starts it. So it's nice for us to know. Lynn, I just got a rejection from a job interview, but I'm happy because I feel gratitude. Maybe it was not as great as it made my mind. Maybe perfect, Lynn, perfect. So you are able to remain grounded despite things happening around you and able to recognize, things that happen for me are lucky. And if something didn't come to me, then maybe it wasn't meant to be. Now, are you efforting that logic or are you aligned with it? And no answer is wrong. If you're efforting it, and then it ultimately will help guide you into alignment, unless you're really repressing some of your emotions. But if you're really aligned with that and you're feeling that, that's fantastic. It's fantastic. So, got a rejection. That bites. Does not feel good to get a rejection. But I recognize that everything that happens to me and for me is for my best. So this probably wasn't in my best, for my best, in my best, as my best. And I really am going to find an alignment for recognizing that the rejection is really here to help me grow and to learn and extend myself. And so are you repressing, Lynn, or is it really more that it takes time? Of course, yes, that is it. Is my fantastic, Lynn, fantastic. And then just keep working on that muscle, and that's you leaning into trusting the universe. That's into you learning, and this is a opportunity for you to build that muscle that in terms of disappointment or something that emotionally might have, that you really are able to lean into your egoic body and recognize, nope, everything that's for the best is happening for me and happens to me. Perfect. So Lynn, here, and for everybody, here is a great example of muscling. It still stings. Lynn still got the rejection sting. There was still an emotional reaction. And we don't want to over intellectualize. So if we were over intellectualizing, Lynn wouldn't offer, I felt rejection. I got a rejection. And what the host of emotions, Lynn, what were the host of emotions that you felt? So recognizing the emotion, that stings, that hurts, I feel sad, there's a feeling and a taste of rejection, I might be a bit disappointed, just feeling those emotions. And then we balance it with but I know, I trust, I feel. And then that's developing the muscle. But seeing the emotions are critical to differentiating between that being intellectualizing and working all four of your bodies, honoring them all, and leaning on your egoic body right now and saying, I trust the universe, trust God, trust source, trust my inner being, trust that everything that's meant to be will be, and that it's okay, and I honor how I feel. So Lynn, that's a fantastic example of you sharing with us muscling. Lynn, I think it's the anticipation of needing a transition. Fantastic, but not knowing what it looks like. Beautiful. Usually I'm able to just allow that feeling, but it's making me feel sad at the moment. Lynn, go a bit deeper, because the anticipation of needing a transition is fantastic, but why is it making you sad? What are the thoughts and what are the feelings? What is it that you're going to lose? I'm using that word, it might not be your word, but what is the loss in there? What is the loss in there that you're feeling that's making you feel sad? In this transition, what do you have to let go of, and what are you going to lose along that way? That probably is, that lens will allow you to sort of honor that sadness and allow it to do what it needs to do, then let go, is what I'm feeling. That there's still not that clarity about where that sadness is. And today it's about gratitude and appreciation. We're already talking about rejection and sadness, but that's exactly the essence of what I wanted today to talk about. I wanted us to recognize that pure gratitude and pure appreciation comes from alignment. It comes from truly honoring your four bodies. It comes from Lynn recognizing her feelings of rejection. Feelings of rejection. And Lynn didn't talk about her emotions in there, but she talks about I am happy, but there's the I'm got a rejection from a job, but I am happy. So there's a contradiction from the I got a rejection, but I am happy. But I want us to make sure that as we go through life, we honor all four of our bodies, and that allows authentic appreciation for what is. For what is. And we don't want to effort through life, because it's so much easier allowing our inner light and allowing our truth and allowing the sweetest expression of who we truly are. It's so much easier to go through life that way than through efforting. So that's what today's intention is. Looking at where we effort in our appreciation and get to alignment to the authentic truth of who we are. And the truth of who we are is appreciation and satisfaction. And again, gratitude. I know there's difference in the words, but I want them to be synonymous. That they're different ways of expressing a love for life. A love for life. Lynn, security or maybe a home base. I think Ted represented that for me. So Lynn, is it that you're thinking that you're going to have to move? Is it thinking that you're going to have to break away and lose a bit of what Ted had for you? I'm asking the details. It's the exhaustion of making a life-altering decision. I don't know what I want to move towards. So it's a sadness that you're doing this all on your alone, and that you had Ted before. I might not have the lawn service, but I have my cat that just came into the room. Is it Lynn, the sadness, sort of the mourning that you used to have a support in these big life decisions, and that right now you're doing it alone? So is it that sort of that feeling of just being alone? And I just sort of want to pinpoint it. It's because when you get to it, yeah, beautiful, beautiful. So then let's get to that. Let's get to that sadness and that feeling of You say it. I have what the words are, but I really don't want to put the words in your mouth. But what it really is, it's a change from what you had, and a mourning, a nostalgia. And the nostalgia is the wrong word because there's a sadness, a deep sadness to it, to what you had in terms of support and partnership and someone that helps you go into that unknown with you. And so feeling into that, Lynn, and recognizing the support of the universe, because I know you have a really strong egoic belief, but you can't use that and lean into that belief until you know what the contradictory sadness is related to. Lynn, tell me if that's resonating with you, because I can see it now clearly. Valerie, Manal, gratitude doesn't always come natural to me. I'm committed to journal on gratitude every morning and reflect on what I'm grateful for, but it is efforting to move hopefully to a place where I am more grateful. Valerie, fantastic. That's the essence of why today I wanted us to talk about gratitude. This is why for 20 or 30 minutes we laughed about gratitude, schmatitude, because recognizing this is a muscle that is a beautiful muscle. It's a beautiful muscle. Gratitude, appreciation, satisfaction, love, joy, bliss, happiness. They're beautiful muscles. But we don't turn around, and if we don't have a love in our life, write down in our notebook all of these elements. We can if we're trying to manifest, and but that's efforting all of these things about a partner and what we want in life and whatever it might be. With the resistance in us, it's almost counter-effective. It's counter-effective. So what I want is for us to do it from flow, from allowing, from truth. And today we're going to get to there together. We are going to get together, and we're going to go to gratitude and appreciation, satisfaction, and absolute love for life today. We're going to still let us all get rid of what we need to and let go of what we're carrying collectively. But I want together as a tribe and a community for us to reshape the way that we think about gratitude and appreciation and satisfaction as the natural expression of self. Just as laughter, we don't want to force our laughter. We don't want to force our gratitude. We don't want to force our appreciation. And we don't want to have, one of those things that I really don't like is like first world problems, or I should feel this way and I should be thankful. We naturally are appreciation. We naturally are gratitude. We are naturally love. So we don't need to effort it. We need to figure out what is obstructing that natural flow. And that's the essence of what I want for us all today. Does that resonate? Everybody tell me if it's resonating or not, because it's so clear in my mind. I want to make sure that I'm articulating it right, because sometimes Lynn says, yes, I want us all to naturally flow what we are, not to express what we should. I getting the heart's fantastic. Not to express what we should. I want to take the effort out of gratitude and allow the authentic expression. So when Lynn gets her rejection, she allows that feeling, and then the natural feeling of happiness. Right here, Lynn says, I am happy because I feel that this is better for me. I am looked after. In my mind, I tried to make it more perfect, but after the interview, I kind of got the idea that they made it more beautiful. They loved me. I was my blissful self. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's what I want for all of us, is that no matter what's happening in life, we honor it. And since we're honoring it, there's a natural expression of peace, understanding, love, acceptance. I mean, I really feel like a lot of emotion is rising. Ray, expectation could obstruct gratitude. Yes, and that's exactly another one of the elements that I wanted to talk about. I don't know how many of you have listened to my meditation and my talk, What is Your Love Infused With? And the whole essence of it is when people say, oh, I'm doing this because I love you, and they're angry or they're frustrated or disciplining you or punishing. And it's like, I'm doing this because of love. And it's like, what is your love distorted by? Is it distorted by fear, by anger, by abandonment, by betrayal? What is your love distorted by? And it really is a recognition is that what we want is to express pure love. Pure love. And that a lot of time love is distorted by some of our resistant emotions. And that's the true for gratitude and appreciation. And for a lot of these words that have become these like sort of, what is it called? These hyper, or these words that are like, hey, they're what is it? Stylish. What's in style, sort of. Today's word of like, oh, show gratitude, put your 100 gratitude and stuff. And it's a great way to muscle a gratitude that exists. So when you know that you're grateful for something and you become aware of it, then it's powerful. But it's not to muscle something that isn't there. Did I say that right, guys? It's a great way to recognize I'm not being grateful for something that I truly feel grateful for, but it's not the way to try to make myself feel grateful when I'm not feeling that way. Lynn thinking, I'm grateful that you're here this morning, Manal. Thank you, Lynn, because I'm not sure if I'm coming out clear. I'm not sure. Today my mind it feels clear inside, but it doesn't feel, I don't know if it's looping out this way. So let me know if it is, and let me know if I'm saying it wrong. So Valerie, what we want for you, what I want for you, what you want for you is for your gratitude to come naturally, to be the authentic expression of who you are. And if it isn't, then the question is, what is it that is meant to be seen? Because if anger or sadness wants to come out, then that's great. Allow it to come out. And then your expression of pure love and bliss and appreciation and gratitude will be able to use its voice again. Valerie says, yes, it does. I just realized that with a certain situation, I rationally want to move to gratitude, but emotionally I'm not there yet. And it's draining to force feeling grateful. It does feel like there is a sense of gratitude, but also anger and fear. It's fantastic. I'm getting goosebumps. That's what today is all about. Today, and I can feel that I want to cry. Today, what I want is for us to all step back and look at what is the distortions that's truly keeping me from gratitude. And then move to that authentic expression. I'm seeing the heart, so I'm seeing that it's resonating. Then now I want in the window for everybody to share what's in the way of your gratitude. What's distorting? What are you not willing to acknowledge? That whole third world problems or first world problems. I said third world earlier, but I meant first world. First world problems. It's the dumbest thing. All problems are problems. It doesn't matter what world they're in. And if we don't honor them, it's just so not appreciation. One of the definitions of appreciation, I looked them up, appreciation and gratitude before going on, because you all know me, I like to look at the definitions and see what is the definition? What is the meaning? And appreciation actually means understanding of. One of them, one was an expression of thankfulness for something, and the second one was an understanding of. So understanding your sadness, your anger, your rejection, your failure, your self-worth, your disappointment, that's appreciation. That's appreciation. How many, let's ask the questions. Two questions. There are two questions, we'll do them in parallel. What is distorting your gratitude? Are you efforting your gratitude? And if so, what are you not recognizing? What are you keeping yourself from? Okay, so that's one question. What are you distorting your gratitude? Mary Alice coming in saying happy Friday, everyone. Oh, yes, it's Friday. So what's in the way of your gratitude? That's one of the questions. And the second one, I've already forgotten. Oh, what was my second question? What is distorting your gratitude? Let's start with that one. Goodness gracious. Okay, Lynn, I was pretty much the driving force in the marriage, but there was the support of another, a balance. Fantastic, Lynn. Fantastic. Then Lynn, for me, for you, that sadness, go deeper and recognize that it's another way of your loss being translated, and just feel that feeling of loss, and it's normal. and you've dealt with it in different ways, but it's showing up in another way. And it's and that sadness, because usually what you had described in terms of I got to make decisions, most people will call that fear. So the underlying feel is like, I'm fearful because there's change. You're actually sad because there's a loss that you used to be able to do that with a partner. And now your partner, you still have your partner on a different level. You don't have them on your physical level. And so it really is having that, developing that muscle of leaning into him and finding other people in your physical life to support you through that change. So, but recognizing that that sadness is from there is the bridge that will allow you. That sounds right. Fantastic, Lynn. So lean into that. Recognize that. Ask yourself, well, who do I want to invite into my physical world that I can lean on? Who was it that I want to do this with? Who is it that I want to be my soldier with me? And then recognize that you can lean into Ted on the spiritual level. You're so spiritual. You can lean into God, universe, whatever it is that you call it in the spiritual. And you just actually can muscle is stronger from both the physical and from the spiritual. So you've got your two that you can continue to muscle and lean into, and then honor the sadness and say, I see you loss. I see you loss. I see you sadness. I honor you. But not in terms of a contradiction, but I am muscling this physical support. I have X, Y, and Z. Lean into X, Y, and Z from a place of authenticity and from a place of vulnerability. Lean in egoically and just go quietly and pray and connect and love, and just watch as that sadness sort of dispels, and you'll lean into your inner strength and your inner light and your power. Lynn, how does that sound? How does that sound? And does that resonate with everybody? Show me the hearts if that resonates. Okay, I want to get, what is our gratitude? What are we distorting? What is it distorting? What is distorting? Lynn, amazing, fantastic, fantastic. Lean on. You've got powerful bodies. You've got powerful bodies. I see that that's resonating with everybody. And, in our Attaining the Authentic Life group, Valerie and Gary and a few of us have been talking a lot. And what I see is that what we need to do is work on our egoic bodies and our spirituality. And I'm going to put an inspiration about that, because when we're feeling strong emotions, what we need to do, I keep saying need, I don't mean the way need, but I'll come up with better words, less sloppy words, but the support is leaning into our different bodies. And so what we want to do is muscle the strength of our different bodies. It's almost like I was standing on my right leg for a while, and then I can move to my left leg. I'll use my fourth finger, not my middle finger. But we have our different legs, or I'm going to do a handstand for a bit instead of, whatever it is, that I have my different bodies that I can lean on. Well, we want to lean on our egoic body when our emotional body is really overwhelmed. When our mind is really overwhelmed, we might go into our emotional body or our physical body. And so it's these opportunities that we recognize why is it speaking to me, our sadness, and then muscling in those other bodies. Okay, fantastic. So what's standing in the way of our gratitude, our appreciation, our satisfaction, our love, our happiness, and the authentic expression of self? I actually today I'm going to keep saying the authentic expression of self, because there's a few really important things that I felt I wanted to express, and they're coming out really clearly now in my mind. One, I want us to express it's our true, pure nature to be love, appreciation, appreciative, gratitude, satisfaction. It's our purest vibration. So it's not something we have to effort. It's something that we are. So who knows that they are? Who knows that we are? Who knows that we are love, we are bliss, we are joy, we are appreciation, we are gratitude? Who feels that? They not necessarily feeling it right now, because we're going through an inspiration and we're bringing up and we're raising things, but who knows that as a truth, that we are love, we are joy, we are bliss. Valerie, it feels like truth when you say it. Fantastic. Valerie, if you know it feels like truth when I say it, then you know it's true. Mary Alice, I feel that way usually, thankfully. Fantastic. Mary Alice. Chandra's feeling it that way. Lynn, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So if you don't feel that, if you don't feel it, what is keeping you from feeling that way? What is the authentic expression of humans? What is the authentic expression of who we are? What is the truth of humanity? Goodness or evil? I know both exist within us. I know it. Lynn, I have to leave now. Was so happy to be here and share. Love you. Till next time. Enjoy, everybody. Lynn, love you too. Valerie, you think it's doubt. That's in Chandra says love is what so doubt, Valerie, doubt. And doubt, Valerie, that's beautiful because it's wonderful that you're saying it's, I think, doubt. Let's stop and laugh at that because that's even just funny. I think doubt. But there's a lot of doubt that you hold in life in general. And so when you hold it to humanity as whole, it's easy to recognize it's not personal against Valerie. It's Valerie still trying to figure out life as a whole on your egoic level. So I think that's fantastic because now once you start to see, so true, fantastic. Now you can start to see that, ooh, Valerie, this isn't personal about Valerie. This is Valerie still figuring out what the universe is about. So I want you to put that in your back pocket. Whenever you doubt yourself, you realize, this is not doubt about Valerie. This is Valerie still trying to understand what the whole universe is about, okay? So that's number one. Your self-doubt is not self-doubt. Your self-doubt is your exploration for the truth of the universe. That's important for you, Valerie, and it's important for everybody that has doubt that really is not about themselves, but it's about bigger. Does that resonate? And can everybody see the power in that? That's a really important aspect that we can leverage. Mary Alice, when I don't, I need to sit with more and express grief and anger. Mary Alice, fantastic. And that's exactly what we're talking about. This is what today is all about. Let's be true to how we are, to what we're feeling, to what is. I see the hearts coming. I want us to be true to life, true to ourselves. And once we're true, the natural expression of truth comes out. And that is gratitude and appreciation. That is gratitude and appreciation. So I want to I'm going to keep saying it and keep saying it and say it and say it and say it. Gratitude, appreciation, satisfaction, love, bliss, happiness is important. But I want it to see coming out from truth, not distortion. And today we're going to keep talking about till everybody's saying, oh, I can feel that fire inside me. I can feel that truth. Kim says, yes, yes, yes. She knows it's true. She knows it's true. She knows it's true. And you know that when we're feeling doubt, it's about us trying to explore what's going on from a bigger sense, not individually. And that allows me to not personalize the distortions in life that I'm feeling, the distortions. Now, does everybody recognize that these distortions that we're talking about, whether it's fear, whether it's doubt, whether it's unrepressed grief and anger, all of these unexpressed, which is repressed, all of these that we're talking about, does everybody recognize that it's human? It's human. That it's natural expressions of being a human. So can we even find, Kim says yes immediately, fantastic. So can everybody recognize that, ooh, for me to be feeling this means that I'm alive? Can everybody just see the power in that? That you're feeling it means that you're alive and you're human? Can everybody celebrate for a moment? Who is willing to celebrate for a moment that yes, okay, I get the hearts now. Who is willing to celebrate? Who is willing? So this is an appreciation. We're celebrating. This is a natural appreciation. We are celebrating that our emotions are working. Because when your emotions aren't working, do you know what we call them? What do we call people that emotions aren't working? There's a lot of words for it. Psychopath comes to my, a narcissist comes to my mind. What are other terms that we use when someone doesn't have emotional connection? List them for me all. Dead. Dead. What else happens when you don't? Valerie, you're laughing too. Sociopath, Sally, thank you, sociopath. So when you do not have a authentic expression of your emotions, you could be called a sociopath, you could be called dead, you can call a narcissist, you can be called a psychopath. There's all of these things. So who's willing to right now take a moment to celebrate that you have emotions? You could even be super depressed or super anxious because you're not willing to express your feelings. So rather than express them, you're actually you're using one as a coping mechanism and you muted all others. So anybody that's overindulged in sadness or anxiety or fear or whatever it might be, stress, it's because they're not willing to look at the spectrum of the emotions and they're just comfortable with one, and boom, over fatigue is your inability. Okay? So Valerie, yes, I didn't think of it like that. Kim is like, fantastic. Andrea says, good morning. Carolina's here as well. Fantastic, fantastic. So who, again, now with even greater strength and validity, wants to celebrate your emotions? Who wants to celebrate that you have a range of emotions and that you're in tune with them? Who wants to celebrate that from truth? From recognition that there is a power for me to express. Andrea comes straight in and yes, yes, yes. There is such power for us having the ability to see and express, our emotions. Lynn is celebrating. Fantastic, fantastic. So Lynn, that sadness, that reminded you that you missed Ted. That reminded you that you're looking for, and you actually asked about tribe. You have a desire for physical connection. You have a desire for building those relationships. And when we're in partnership and we have a partner, we don't need our friends in the way that we do when we don't have a partner. So there's probably work, I put that in quotes, for you to do to create that connection, that intimacy and physical with others in a physical relationship. And it's okay. Different times of our life, we actually have to muscle in different areas more than other times. And right now it's where you are in your phase of life of creating and having those physical connections and making meaningful, authentic relationships in your life is one of the muscles that you're working on right now. And it's okay. You have the capacity. You're a very lovable, outgoing, self-aware person. How easy it is for you to make a tribe? It's so easy. So easy. But you didn't have to a bit ago. So you were sort of lazy maybe in that department. Lynn, does that resonate in any way? But it's okay. So your sadness is telling you, oh, I actually want this. I love connection. I love people. I love being with others. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So it's easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy. So I'm going to keep beating it in because this is what the essence of today is. I want us all to be authentically true. The more we go through today, I stop using the word gratitude and appreciation. I keep using other words and now I use it true. I want us to be authentically true. True to self. To self. See, the hearts are coming. I want these hearts. Because I think this is so important. So I'm going to ask again, who honors their emotions? Who honors their emotions? Who honors their emotions? Who has shifted a bit right now in terms of a willingness to honor your emotions and to celebrate and to recognize the power of them? Valerie, fantastic. Valerie, fantastic. See the hearts going. See the hearts going. So it's actually a beautiful thing. Fantastic, fantastic. I see the hearts coming. So is that an authentic expression of gratitude? Maybe we can finish 33 minutes in. Are we already moving to an authentic expression of gratitude? Carolina, I still stuffle mine. This is a good discussion. Fantastic, fantastic, Carolina. So what we asked before you came in is, what are you distorting? We actually got pretty big. We've gotten a lot of really strong concepts so far. And I'll say one, Caroline, since you just said you stuffle yours, is appreciation is having an awareness and a understanding for what is. And what is what are my emotions? What is it that I'm feeling? What is it that and we were talking about what's distorting your gratitude, what's distorting your happiness, what's distorting. And most of us, I made an acronym and now I'm going to add another letter to it. Pains, what we do for emotions. We project it onto other people and other things. We amplify it. So when we're like, so we amplify it. Something small makes us really, really angry. We intellectualize our emotions. We negate it. And then now I'm adding an S. We suppress it. So these are 4 or 5 things. And what I want us to do is just honor it, to love it, to see it, to appreciate it, to celebrate it. And that's appreciating our emotions. Appreciate. It is what it is. So when you realize, my emotions are telling me something and guiding me towards something and helping me towards understanding life, boom. Really, 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 really powerful. Sally, emotional leprosy is dangerous. Tell me more what you mean about that, Sally. Emotional leprosy is dangerous. What do you mean about the leprosy? So where are we? How is everybody feeling? And do we have buy-in? That today what we're going to do is figure out what is distorting my authentic expression of self. Okay, I've got the hearts going. So how are we feeling? How are we feeling? Leprosy is the inability to feel pain. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then we talked about it. What are we named when we can't feel pain? We're named all of these really bad labels for people who are not willing to acknowledge their pain and feel pain. And they're also not bad. They're depressed, they're sad, they're anxious, they're stressed. There's all these different words. And these are all symptoms of not willing to recognize what your emotions are. This is so interesting. This is about appreciation, gratitude, and we're going straight into emotions. Because gratitude and appreciation are an expression of heart. It's an expression of heart. Expression of heart. What is keeping my heart from expressing itself fully? What's keeping my heart from expressing itself fully? Lynn, your recognition that my sadness is more about grief than decision-making was powerful for me. I'm grateful for you were able to show me that, Manal. Fantastic, Lynn. Yes, the way that you said it, it wasn't about decision-making, because decision-makings make us feel uncomfortable. They make us feel scared and fearful, not sad. So there was more to it with it. It wasn't fear and your lack of trust in yourself. It was missing Ted. It was missing Ted. I was expecting you to tell me it was something about Ted, and then you're like, I have to make decisions. I'm like, okay, Lynn, there's more than that going on. I'm glad that you see it. And if there's anything else that you want to let us know. Leslie, you've helped me to make a shift in being aware of and honoring my myriad emotions with this discussion. It's opening me up to accepting them without becoming them or denying them. Leslie, beautiful. That's another important element, and I'm so glad that you wrote that, Leslie, without becoming them. Becoming them. One of the biggest things is us identifying. I am X, I am Y. And I know it's our language. English language says I am happy, I am mad, I'm sad, whatever. I'm not going to tell you, don't say I am happy, I am mad, I am this and that, because it's our English language. I prefer, if we can curate within us that I feel or have an expression of, it would be more powerful if we can all change our language. But we're conditioned to say I am. But when we start to say I am depressed, where it's now a noun rather than an emotional feeling, and I am very like the anxiety in a lot of those words, now we start from expressing an emotion to identifying with them. And one of the biggest awarenesses that I have and like to introduce is the concept of recognizing when we are identifying and making ourselves something that we are not. And then it really becomes hard to turn around, to get a grander lens and to recognize, oh, this isn't personal. This is just life. This is me humaning. This is life unfolding. And let me just honor the process rather than judge, resist, and all of these things that we're talking about that keeps us from allowing the authentic expression of self, the authentic. So why don't we redefine together appreciation as authentic expression of self? Who is willing to do that? Who wants to call appreciation an authentic expression of self? Who likes that? Appreciation is the authentic expression of self. Mary Alice, fantastic. Mary Alice says, yes, I do. Give me hearts. Give me hearts. This was a big one for us to cement together. Who wants to call appreciation and gratitude authentic expression of self? Okay, I've got the hearts going on. Okay, so now let me ask everybody. Andrea, I like that. Fantastic, fantastic. I knew that today that we were going to really shift the way that it was my intention, the way that we collectively as a tribe think about appreciation and gratitude. I knew that today was going to be really pivotal in terms of saying, let's stop taking this word and this term that is so embedded in society and that I feel has taken on a life and this monster head of keeping us from being true to what we truly feel, and the power is in the truth of who we are. Let's get the shoulds out of one of the most beautiful expressions. There is nothing more beautiful than appreciation. And when appreciation is the authentic expression of self, there's nothing more beautiful than you. There is nothing more beautiful. There is nothing more beautiful than Lynn starting off saying, I feel sad today. Nothing more beautiful. And that is an expression of appreciation because Lynn is telling us that her truth. And through telling that truth, we're in awareness that Lynn misses Ted. Who wouldn't? And then Lynn recognizes, I'm connected and I have him and I am. And then that passes and that authentic expression of truth and appreciation for life just radiates from allowing and clarity and truth. How powerful, how powerful, how powerful. So how is everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? What are the shifts? What are we feeling now? This is important. This is important. Guide me. How is everybody feeling? Valerie, so what I'm doing when I'm sharing my emotion is honoring them equals expressing my truth equals appreciation. When I don't feel it. Yes, Valerie, yes. And then Valerie, for you, what you have is a high expression of self-doubt whenever you express yourself. You do it so fabulously. You write and you're true and you're aware. And then you dump on it some self-judgment and self-doubt. So what we're going to do is remove that self-doubt and self-judgment and express it and then honor it and allow. And now you're appreciating the expressions of who you are. So Valerie, first step with you is removing that doubt and recognizing that doubt's not about Valerie. It's about Valerie's expression towards the universe. It's about Valerie recognizing life. It's about Valerie learning how to walk in terms of the universe, of like getting to become humaning, okay? Valerie learning to walk. You're a toddler learning to human. So what we want to do is say, oh, this self-doubt's not about Valerie. It's not about the person me. It's about me on this journey and trying to figure out what the heck are we all doing here? What does this mean? Why is all of this exactly the baby? And then you remove that doubt and you change it to curiosity. Without efforting, but with ease, because now you realize you're learning, you're humaning, you're figuring all this out. So you can move it to curiosity, not judgment. And then that awareness is powerful. And you start to appreciate that you're able to express yourself in such articulate ways. That when Valerie speaks for Valerie. That Valerie is so self-aware, rather than going up into a hole and hiding from the world. Valerie's saying, this is how I feel, and I don't feel worthy today, and I feel lack of trust and control, and I have such self-judgments, and I know I should do this, but there's a resistance to it. And those are all powerful expressions and awareness. And then you get to, instead of focusing on the self-judgment and the doubt, you get to focus on the should. Or the resistance. And then you start to focus on what your desires are. So we break down those levels of resistance, because it's resistance on resistance on resistance. And that shame and that doubt is on the external range of it. Is that clear? Everybody, is this clear? Is this clear? Is this working? Is this working? Is this clear? Because all of us have resistance on resistance on resistance. And if we can go down to the core and live from the core, boom. When we start to break down those and go straight to, this is what my resistance are, and we acknowledge it, and we understand it, we love it, and let it go, boom, powerful, powerful. How's that? Lynn, my core belief is that the universe is cradling me, but difficult emotions can shake that confidence at times. Fantastic, Lynn, and that's muscling, and that's okay. How many times do I come on here and say, I had a moment. I have moments. I have my week. We are human. We are women, we are men, there are hormones, there are things going on in our bodies, we are growing. At teenage levels, there are things that are going on physiologically. On Attaining Your Authentic Life, I said to Valerie, what are you eating? How are you drinking? What are you exercising? Because there's a physical aspect to it as well. There is a physical. So yes, a time, emotions can be difficult to shake, and sometimes we don't feel confident, and sometimes we feel different emotions, but that's part of the humaning, Lynn. So yes, I agree with you. I could write this to Lynn. What you just wrote, I could write. My core belief is that the universe is cradling me. I am so lucky and so fortunate and so blessed, and I feel it from my core. But sometimes I feel, wow. And with that, it makes me doubt whether I get it when I usually do get it, and wonder how I get it when I'm not getting it in the moment. That's how I would do it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Leslie, yes, very powerful. Could you repeat it so it sinks in further? Oh my God, repeat what part of it, what part of it, Leslie, do you want me to repeat? Valerie, okay, you know that I also like to remove the concept of time. It doesn't matter. You are learning things that we're not learning until our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. There's people that are on here at 70s that are coming in and learning. Valerie, there is no length, there is no time. It just is. It just is. And we can do a live again soon on time and letting go of the concept of time, but what it is what it is. And yes, sometimes it feels like a long process. You know what 9 months feels like to a mother? Do you know what 9 months? Okay, Leslie got you. Do you know what 9 months feels to a mother when she's carrying a baby? Eternity. Eternity. Why do I always call the incubation of 9 months? Why do I always refer it to it? Because it's just such a human thing that we're all aware of. 9 months. Do you know how long it feels like to get pregnant sometimes when you want to get pregnant? Forever. Unless you didn't want one and then it's a surprise, but that's another story we can talk about. That 9 months, forever. And then Valerie, we wake up and our babies are 20. Goes like this. Goes like this. Time is an interesting gift. And the more we can allow the time just be in our physical journey and detach it from our emotional, mental, and our spiritual journey, the more that we allow life. That we allow life. That we just allow it. Good, Valerie, good. So whenever you look at time, again, that's the egoic beliefs that we want to sort of lean into and muscle it. And I know that we're going to be muscling that together, and you're still young, is just, there is no time on the egoic level. Just allow time. It is what it is. And yeah, when we plant a seed in the spring, takes a while for it to come out in the summer, and sometimes it feels forever. But then when those cucumbers and tomatoes are coming, it's like, wow, it just feels like it came like this. So time is an interesting creature. It's an interesting creature. So when you start to play with time, just, oh, it's an interesting creature. Sally, if only we had learned emotional intelligence, EQ, when we were young in school. Sally, yes, 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 yes. But we have it now, and we're getting it now. And yes, just like Lynn says, appreciate that you're here now. We are here now. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so it's true. But kids are starting to learn. They're teaching meditation in a lot of schools. We tried to bring it into our school, and we had a lot of resistance, which I'm really still surprised, but there's a lot of school systems that are teaching meditation and more aware with emotional intelligence and like a lot of different things. So times are shifting, and they're starting to become more aware. And there's, InsightTimer, Calm, all of these different things that didn't even exist. And now there's apps and apps and apps. Like InsightTimer is fantastic. I hope you can all see me, because all of a sudden it says that my signal, okay, boom, it went from bad to excellent. So I don't know if there was a bit of a lag there for a second, but it's going again. Okay, Leslie. Resistance on resistance. You came back? Yeah, it said bad for a second, so I come back. Did you miss anything that I said? Probably, because I've been talking nonstop. Am I talking too fast? Am I okay? Is today's flow okay? It froze. Oh no, yeah, it said bad, and then it came back to excellent. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so did I miss something? I wanted to talk about what Leslie was asking about, resistance on resistance on resistance. Okay, so right now, if we're emotionally, so we'll use Sally's term of EQ. We've got emotional intelligence, and we're sad about something. Okay, we're sad. We woke up and we're sad, and we recognize our sadness, And then we recognize why we're sad, and then it allows it to be seen. So when we allow it to be seen, we're not resisting it, and then it just sort of, it plays its course, and then it goes. Then another scenario is we don't acknowledge our sadness. And so now that we wake up and there's less feeling and we're off, but we don't know what we're off. And then we might call it anxiety, or we might have a sadness, but because we're fearful of being sad, there's a fear, but that fear is actually because we're sad, or we think we have a decision to make. Like Elena had the greatest example that she was feeling sad about decision making, but it wasn't sad about decision making, it was XYZ. There were so many different iterations of what it is. So the more we do, I don't want to say the more we do our work, because Lynn is very self-aware, but there's resistance on resistance on resistance on resistance, because there's things that we're avoiding feeling. Boom. There are some things that we avoid feeling. There's some things that we don't want to feel. There's some things that we're uncomfortable with feeling. Or there's some things that we know that we're feeling and we're just sort of don't want to overly indulge in it. And then it comes out in different ways, because everything is going to come out. The dust is going to show. And so what we call that is resistance on resistance on resistance. And the more that we can just really come to the crux, to the core of what the true feeling, what the true fear is, what the true resistance is, the more we can let it go. And so sometimes we'll go by doing the different layers. Leslie, am I getting to what you're asking me to repeat? We might go from the external layer to look at, oh, this is anxiety. Anxiety is a fear. Ooh, this is the fear. What am I fearful of? Ooh, I'm fearful of being sad. Ooh, I'm actually sad about X, Y, and Z. And then you just break it down. And then sometimes you go straight to the root and then break it out. It depends on where you are and how you are and what the subject is. So sometimes you can go out, in, and just go layer by layer by layer. And sometimes you go in and make it all explode if you can get to it. For me, sometimes it's easier to talk to somebody. I'll say, can you hear me? Like, call one of my friends and this is how I'm feeling. And they'll help me like sort of figure out, oh, it's actually this, not this. Because we hide the truth from ourselves sometimes. And so sometimes it's easier to have a soundboard that allows us to see like, ooh, I'm hiding this from myself. I'm hiding this from myself. Okay, good. Sally, honestly avoiding feels like I'm dishonest about my truth. Tell me more, Sally. You're so deep for me today. Honestly avoiding. Are you saying that it is really me avoiding it? But like, no, I know you don't mean me, but in general, are you saying that it's like it's unconscious or it's consciously? So I don't know when you're saying honestly, in quotes, if you mean conscious or unconscious. But there could be conscious and unconscious. You could be consciously avoiding and unconsciously avoiding. I know for me, sometimes mostly it's unconsciously avoiding, because when I have emotion, boom, I'm right in there. Like, me and my emotions are buddies, and I resist some emotions, or no, I judgment. I'm aware that I'm avoiding. Okay, perfect. So if you're consciously avoiding it, boom. And then Sally, let me ask you then, why are you consciously avoiding it? What are you consciously? So for me, I know that I don't really consciously avoid. I might compartmentalize it and then say, I can't see you right now. I'm going to talk to you at night. So there might be times that I'm like, oh, wow, this is just not the time for me to talk to you. So I see you, but let's put you in there and we're going to talk about it when we're alone together or when you have the opportunity about it. So when is it that you will avoid? Bravery has to rise. Okay, Sally. And then and I'm going to ask you again, just because this is fun. Why do you need to be brave? Why is it not authentic expression? Why is there fear? Bravery means that there's a fear, there's a resistance to it. Why do we have to be brave for it to be? Why is there resistance to it? What is it that you fear that requires that courage? Because when we come to appreciating, as we're talking about, and really allowing rather than efforting, there's nothing more beautiful than our expressions of emotion. When I let go of the resistance that I have towards my emotions, the more I recognize how powerful they are. So powerful they are. Okay, beautiful. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit apprehensive and fearful about my pregnant daughter, close to giving birth at home. My first birth was long and painful, and I don't want to project that onto her. Fantastic, Andrea. This is when awareness sometimes like I feel like bites us in the butt, like being so aware and then having such resistance of aware of what we held and aware that we don't want to project it on there. And there's this other, like, it's almost we lose the innocence when we, anyway, I know exactly what you're talking about, that sometimes I have such an awareness of of not wanting to project how I'm feeling, and so my resistance is a fear of how I impact others rather than honoring my feelings. So I know exactly the distortions that you're talking about. Let me ask you something. How do you overcome those distortions? And anybody that sort of that resonates with, how do you overcome those distortions? For me, I become aware that there's those that, yeah, Andrea, not sure. Oh my God, I'm laughing because it's one that I'm so aware of too. Okay, so I had it the other day. I did have it the other day where there was a term that was used that brought a lot of resistance. It was projected on other people and not on me, but it really created a large resistance within me. And it took me maybe 3 or 4 days. It took me a while to realize that the fear was actually not of the words projected on them. It was actually a judgment that I held about myself. So the power I realized in that sort of like analysis and the breakthrough of that was the power of realizing that a lot of the resistance, although I felt it was a fear of a projection, it was actually that I really still carried that resistance and that judgment about myself. And I know with your daughter, there is a lot about her and fear for the baby and the new, but I think there actually probably is within you a fear of pain, or maybe not reconciling how the fear of that moment, so it's coming out in a amplified manner. Yes, that's what I learned from that time. That's what I learned. It was this week actually that I learned it. It was a term that was used and it really bothered me. And so it took me a while to be, which is sort of what you're talking about, Sally, to honestly, it wasn't that I was avoiding it. I couldn't figure it out. But I was avoiding it because it was really giving me a really strong fear. The fear, it was a term, it was a very strong fear. And I'm like, why? And I didn't want to project it on those that was being projected on the context of the conversation. So I didn't want to think about it because I didn't, so sort of a mix of Sally and Andrea. And then I realized, ooh, the reason that it's so vulnerable is because I have a judgment on myself. And only when I recognized it, that a lot of that resistance, that's not me freezing, that's me letting it go, was able to go. So Andrea, what I would ask you is, yeah, and Sally, there's that concept of time again. It takes time to percolate. You know, whether or not I say, let go of the concept of time, when you turn on the pot, it takes a while for the water to boil. When you get pregnant, it takes 9 months. When you put in the seeds, it takes, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, whatever it is for it to grow. So there is a concept of time. So when I say let go of the concept of time, it's not that time is not going to take, but let's stop waiting for the pot to boil, waiting for the seeds to grow, waiting for the baby to come out. So it's sort of like honoring as time and allowing the flow. And Valerie, I think there was a comment that you wrote that I hadn't read, but I remember now, because you said, I want to flow. I want to allow flow. Yeah, yes. It's through these concepts that we're talking about when Sally says, takes time, but not takes time. Takes time for soul reflection. Honor, this is resonating. Honor the flow. Honor the process. Honor as it unfolds. Honor. Fantastic. So Andrea, I'm going to come back to you. What I feel I have a lot of clarity now is that there's something that you're holding. There's a fear that you still have. And it goes from not beyond your daughter and her being pregnant, but for yourself. And if you can find that, then you'll let go a lot of that resistance. And obviously, your daughter is pregnant and she's having a baby and she's having it at home. There is going to be a level of, there is. And the more you can lean into trust, obviously, and allowing, the more, without intellectualizing it, but truly, the more you will lose that fear. But there's a bit I feel that's probably about you I am the birth coach. And that is an aspect. Okay, I'm going to ask you, Andrea. Is what you're expressing a normal expression, or do you feel that there's some distortions in it? That's your question. Do you feel that you're coming in from grounded? You're the birth coach, so you are the coach. And right now you're an opportunity to be coached. There's distortion. Fantastic. Because I can't tell you, because what you're sounding like is it could be. Fantastic. There's a distortion. Beautiful. Second question. Do you want the distortion to remain? You want to keep the distortion. Do you want the distortion to remain? I already know the answer, but sometimes I like asking. Okay, so then third question. I think we're on question number 3. You guys keep me honest, huh? Question number 3. What is the distortion? Obviously it's fear, but what is the distortion? Where is the distortion coming from? Where is this distortion coming from? You know, I know you know. Fear of death. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, Andrea, when you was there death close to your birth, your first birth? Was there death on close to that? Or was it just long and fantastic? There's the goosebumps. Got the goosebumps. That is what has not been acknowledged. That is where it's still sticking in you. Does that radiate? I feel the goosebumps all over. I feel it everywhere. Is that it? Fantastic. So what do you need to, let's do it now. You don't need to do it later. Let's do it now. And everybody that this is resonating with, boom, just do it. Let's release, let's understand and see how simple it is. It is. See how simple it is. We just have to be honest with ourselves, which allow authentic expression of ourselves, which is what the true meaning of appreciation is. That's what true appreciation is. Andrea allowing herself to tell and see truth is what appreciation is. Andrea, have you already released now that you have this awareness, or do you need a release? You have not a release. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, and we'll go into emotional if needed, but I'm going to talk for a bit because I haven't really been talking for the last hour. Not. I'm going to talk, felt the goosebumps. Oh, fantastic. I'm going to talk about, and I hope you're all laughing over there. I'm like, I'm going to talk a bit. It's time for me to talk. You all stop talking. I'm joking right in the window. I'm just laughing at myself. Okay, step 1 is awareness, okay? Step 2, where's Gary? I don't know where Gary is. Step 2 is acknowledgement. So acknowledgement of something bigger. So Andrea, step 1, fear. You're aware full of fear, and it's the fear of death. Okay, so step 2 is acknowledgement. The fear of death, so what's undesired is a fear of death. You got down to it. So what is desired, Andrea? What is desired? So the power of our emotions is the emotion, obviously, but it's guiding us to our greatest desire, okay, which is what then allows us to manifest, is the emotions. This is now going deeper. We're going deeper. Tell me if you're all with me. Is that our emotions allow us to manifest because our emotions tell us what we're not happy about, and then it allows us to say, oh, this is actually what I want, and this is the desire is what the first part of manifestation is. So you aware of your fear of death. So what is it that you want, Andrea? And everybody knows that what the context is. You want an easy birth. What else do you want, Andrea? You want more than an easy birth. You want more than that. What else do you want? You want more than that. Everybody can help in there, because now this is something that's very, that we all know what we want in a context like this. Easy birth, what else? Life, yes, the beauty of life, to celebrate life. Yes, we want to celebrate life. Not projecting my deep-rooted fear into her. Okay, fantastic. And Andrea, what's the opposite of that? So a healthy baby, yes, Valerie. And I'm giggling, Valerie, out inside with that you have a doubt in there. Valerie, I'm giggling. And that's what I want you to start to see, where doubt comes in. Yes, a healthy baby, period. So true, fantastic. And I want you to start to see it in a loving way, the way that I just saw it in you, not in judgmental, like, Valerie, why are you doubting yourself? But in a cute, like, again, that toddler that you're growing into finding yourself. You're look at the ages that you're with and that we're all self-discovering. And the difference is that you're still having doubt in your self-discovery. We're all on that self-discovery. So yes, healthy baby, and smile at yourself with that question mark. I'm smiling at you with that question mark. So baby, healthy mom and healthy baby, fantastic, fantastic. So we want a healthy mom and healthy baby, beautiful. We want an easy birth. We want to celebrate life. We want a grounded and secure and confident coach. So not projecting my deep-rooted fear in her. Andrea's got also this heavy judgment on herself because we're all... So Andrea actually knows in her heart of hearts, Andrea, tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth, okay? But I feel that you know in your heart of hearts that the baby and mom is going to be fine. I feel what you're really carrying is a resistance to you doing your role well. Yes, there it is. Da 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 da, another goosebump moment. Isn't it so interesting? It's the self-judgment that we carry. Valerie, this is for you. It's the grandma to be that's carrying the self-judgment on self. Not projecting my fear. Not doing X, not doing Y, not doing Z, not failing. I am so transparent, Andrea, we all are. We all are. We all are. We all are. Yes, this is so powerful. Fantastic. So Andrea, obviously, it's healthy mom and baby, like Leslie said. Obviously, it's a celebration of Lynn, like life, like Lynn said. Obviously, it's an easy birth, like you said. But your biggest fear, your biggest resistance, is actually you holding this judgment on you failing. The birth of a grandmother birth coach. Sally, I love it. I love it. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Lynn, feel great. Still here, was able to take you with me on another device. Well, thank you for the gift, Lynn, and I'm glad that you're here. Oh my goodness. Okay, the thing is that we're not always that transparent to ourselves. No, and that's what Sally was saying. When I said, Sally, what are you talking about? What did you call it? The dishonest honesty, or what did you call it, Sally? Dishonest. I can scroll. What was that term that you said? And I said, was it conscious or unconscious? I think right here, Andrea was unconsciously. She knew she was very, she said it. She goes, I'm scared of projecting my fear of blah, 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 blah. So she was very conscious of it, but we're unconsciously unaware of it's because I almost did, and because I don't want to fail like I almost failed there. So there's this like tuk, 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 and a lot of that's unconscious, and it just takes the right questions. The great questions for anybody. It could be Andrea asking herself the question. These are the things I tell you all that I do with myself at night or during the day whenever I have resistance. And when I can't do it for myself because I'm not objective enough, I'll ask a friend, can you help me? Can you guide me through seeing like what I can't see within myself? Because sometimes it's easier to have a soundboard. Lynn, the thing is that we're not always that transparent to ourselves. No, but for me, your assessment of my sadness has totally lifted it. Fantastic. And that's the crazy thing, Lynn. We just have to see it. Andrea, how are you feeling now when you realize, oh, I'm just scared of failure? Great. Yes, the consequences are high. The consequences are high. Oh my goodness, I hope you're laughing too. Andrea, how are you feeling? How are you feeling from this? How are you feeling this? And then this is the beauty, and this is why today a bit more neutral. Fantastic. What else do you need to feel a bit higher? Because, I mean, obviously, is this your first time to be a birth coach, Andrea, or have you done before? Is there a nurse or is there other people with more experience in the room other than you? Are you just you're just assisting? What do you mean by the birth coach? Okay, you did and is there anybody else other than you in the room? Because it's natural for you to feel that way. It is anything that anybody with profession would feel. There will be a midwife. Okay, fantastic. And I would like that because there is a distortion that you're going to have because it's your daughter and your granddaughter. So for me, I am more comfortable knowing that you do have a midwife in the room as well with you, because there's a bias that you can't get rid of because you are connected. It's your daughter and your granddaughter. You said daughter, right? Is it granddaughter? Am I just making that up? I don't know if we even know if it's a granddaughter or grandson. So, I'm there. The grandson. Okay, beautiful. I didn't make that up. It's beautiful. And just, Andrea, just sort of, I think we got to the root, unless there's something else that you feel like you want to say, but I think we got to the root of it. It's your fear of failure. Just sort of honor that and honor your fears that you hadn't honored in the past, unless you feel like you want us to talk about it now. Is there something else that you feel alive within you? And this is what appreciation is. This is what appreciation is that when you see what we are going through, it's our authentic expression, and we let it go. We let it go. We lift it. We see truth and we let it go. That's what I want for us all. I want, okay? Andrea, I hope I won't panic. Fantastic, Andrea. Okay, Andrea, right now, you and everybody, write all the judgments that you have on yourself. Okay, if anybody has anything else that's coming up that's putting on anxiety or having some fear or having whatever, write it all down. Write all the judgments that you're holding towards yourself. I won't panic. I'm scared. I'm going to fail. I'm not going to be good enough. Go ahead. Put them all in there, Andrea. Put them all in there. Blah them all out. And I'm not doing a good enough job. Beautiful. Beautiful, Aunt Valerie. Beautiful. 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 And these are all the self-judgments. And guess what that is? Who knows which one this is from the unconditional 3? I don't want to be a failure, not be there for her on all levels. Fantastic. Failure. Fantastic. Fantastic. And look how it's all resonating. Good enough, not doing a good enough job is feeling like a failure. Kim says failure. Andrea says failure. This is fantastic. It's human. So what is this from the unconditional 3? Who knows what it is from the unconditional 3? You guys, it's so powerful today. I knew that there was a lot that felt that would be powerful for us to get to, but I didn't really know. Worthiness. Beautiful. Worthiness. So, Andrea, here's flavors of you exploring your worthiness, and Kim and Valerie and everybody that did it inside themselves, did it internally. No question mark this time. Yay, Valerie, yay. I knew I had to wake up. Yes, Andrea, being woken up. Fantastic. Raphael, my new relationship causes me anxiety and insecurity. Fantastic. Raphael, what is it? What is it, Raphael? What is it? Do you know what it is? Do you know, Raphael, what it is? Fear, perhaps. I paused maybe too long. I was waiting for the window to come in. Fear, perhaps, of the fear of being rejected. Fantastic, beautiful, which means we all, and that's interesting, Raphael. I'm not sure if you were in from the very beginning, but we started off talking about Lynn feeling being rejected. She didn't say fearing. She said, I am happy, but she was being rejected from a job. So fantastic. The fear, were you on from the beginning, Raphael, and when did you come in? So the fear of being rejected. So, and what else are you fearful of? So anxiety is a fear. So now, great, you're not causing, let's call it, my new relationship is causing me fear, unless there's more anxiety other than that, more fear than that, because usually anxiety is a fear that we're not willing to acknowledge. So now you just acknowledge it, the fear of being rejected. So, so my new relationship causes me the fear of being rejected and insecurity. Are there other fears that you have, Raphael? The fear of not being good enough? Maybe just like Valerie just said, the fear of being alone, the fear of being in a, what else are your fears? What are your fears? Very, very powerful, very powerful. And everybody that resonates and relates, put it in the window, because we all learn from each other. We all learn. Yes, not being good enough. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And then Raphael, where did you learn it from? And everybody share if you feel the same thing. Where did you learn this from? It's not your first relationship. Fantastic. Kim, I have a fear of being alone and rejected. Fantastic. So, and another big thing is to see that we're not alone in this. That I can say, okay, everybody pipe up, and we can have many people feeling the same way. And what's the beauty of it? It's a recognition again that this isn't personal. This isn't about Raphael. This isn't about Kim. This isn't about Andrea. This isn't about Valerie. This isn't about Lynn. This is about being human. So this takes us from being in the physical body to the egoic body. And then we could start to have some compassion. And compassion is another expression of appreciation and gratitude. You're like, oh, this is human. Look at everybody that we talked about today on this live stream, on this inspiration that was also feeling not good enough. This is a new, normal human expression. As I continue to grow and learn and to human, I'll continue to start to feel that way. And it's totally, in every single way, normal and fantastic. And as life is. So Raphael, is there more expressions that you have? Have you shifted it by sharing it, or is there more that you want to get out of it? Talk to me. Not being good enough, which is worthiness. It's one of the unconditional three: worthiness, freedom, and happiness. We're all here to learn how to do this. So what we want to ultimately see is this relationship. So from the lens of growth and expansion, Raphael, it's that this relationship, this new relationship, is really exciting because it's awakening different emotions within me that's guiding me towards growth and expansion. And particularly, it's a growth of my worthiness and that feeling of being good enough and feeling about worthy. And I recognize, ooh, I am worthy for just being me. I'm worthy for being human, but this human experience gives us a lot of experiences. Kim, divorce, of feeling alone and rejected and calibrating to the truth of my worthiness, that I'm worthy for being me, that I am worthy for being me. So Raphael, talk to me. Kim, talk to me. Everybody talk to me. How does that feel? Lynn, that's the beauty of the space, but that acceptance isn't always present in the world. Lynn, I'm going to say to you, it is always present in the world. It's whether we're in front of it and with it or if we're not. It is always present in the world. It's everywhere. This is part of the world. I know what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. I know what you're saying. And I know what you're saying is true. But I want to give you another lens, which is also true. That this beauty of this space, it is this beauty of the space. And I just love our tribe, and we're getting bigger and we're getting stronger, and we're starting to have a common language and a common way to speak and understand and to feel, and we're just getting stronger and stronger. And I said the conversation doesn't stop, and attaining our authentic life every day. We're talking about it, and some of the things that when we share, we're growing and expanding. I'm growing in there, and there's not a lot of voices, but we're the voices are strong enough to lift us all. It doesn't take everybody in this window to speak for us all to grow. If we weren't all growing, we wouldn't all be here. And I'm growing. If I wasn't growing, I wouldn't be here, because what fun is it for me if I'm not growing? We're all growing. We're all growing. So one person's voice can lift us all. When Raphael says it causes me anxiety and insecurity, and then Kim says, yes, me too, boom, it lifts us all. And Raphael's voice gives a voice to Kim, boom, lifts us all. And then Lynn validates and boom, lifts us all. And then Andrea, boom, lifts us all. So what's the point is, Lynn, that I'm going to reword that. This is the beauty of the space. This is the beauty of the space. And it's an intention and a purpose that I have for my inspirations and for Mattain, for us to create a space where we can all feel safe, secure, worthy, loved, heard, supported, cared for, seen, understood, celebrated. Any other words? This is the space, and it's my deliberate intention. So I'm glad that you're feeling it, Lynn. And I'm not going to read your last part. And then I'm going to read this part. I feel misunderstood out there. I understand worship. Henry says we feel worship. Fantastic. It is that space. Okay, Lynn, this is fantastic because this isn't the first time you've expressed this. And I remember your word is misfit. And this is so fun. This is the funnest part of what I do. This is the funnest part. When Lynn comes on, and then another day I get to see Lynn say exactly what Lynn expressed X times ago. And it's like, boom, there it is. There's your cookie cutter. There's this conditioning. There's this conditioning that you have. And I never learned yet, Lynn, where you picked it up. That you're a misfit. And this is what's keeping you a bit unsteady. And it's not what you expressed from Ted, but it's this feeling that's making you feel more alienated from his loss because he understood you. And so I get this again, goosebump moment. This is when I get so excited because I see there's a cookie cutter. Boom, boom, boom. Lynn, this is your cookie cutter. This is what you get to muscle. This is one of your gifts, and that we can continue to recognize that there's this feeling that you have in the world that you feel different and not safe and not fully seen and expressed. And let's figure out yes, Andrea, that's what we said last time. We're like, we're all misfits. We're all misfits. But if Lynn sees it that we're all misfits, then it's fantastic. But if Lynn sees that she's a misfit and others aren't, then that's the distortion. So Lynn, are we all misfits? Do you want to get back to we're all misfits? And do you want to figure out where this cookie cutter is coming from? Where is it coming from? Where is it coming from? I was never able to express my authenticity, but now that I do, I feel unacceptable a lot of the time. Fantastic. And Lynn, when did you learn this? Why did you learn this? What made you feel that you weren't? And this is so interesting, so fun. I love it. This is when I get really excited because there's something in here that we're becoming more and more aware of it, and there's a big opportunity for shift and growth. This is it. When we find these cookie cutters, they manifest in different ways and they come out in different ways, and then you just sort of say, boom. And when it shifts, boom, there's huge growth. Huge growth. Huge growth. Worshipped. We want to feel worshipped in here. Worshipped. My mother didn't like me for who I was. I was too misfitty for her. Fantastic, Lynn. Fantastic. So you know what misfit is? Your misfit is actually you not feeling worthy. It's the deepest expression of you not feeling worthy because even your mother didn't love you. Even my mother didn't love me. She didn't like me. I know you said like, so maybe she did love you, and I took it to love. So that was my extrapolation. We can hit me on it because I changed the word. But the essence of it is unworthiness. Lynn, do you want to celebrate that? Do you feel that? Do you see that? Did she love you? Because you said like for who I was. And there is a difference between like and love. So she could have, no, she didn't love you. But you couldn't write love you. So that's beautiful that I wrote love you. I said love you because it's the stronger truth of what you feel. And I bet you she did love you. But we're not talking about, and I'm not going to contradict whether she did and she didn't love you. What we wanted, exactly, she didn't know how to show her love. Fantastic. And whether or not she loved you or didn't love you, if you didn't feel loved, it didn't feel like love. There was a distortion in it. So, and it's irrelevant. What's relevant is how you're feeling, because she could be in this room and say, Lynn, I did love you. I just didn't know how to show you. And we could have a moment. You could both cry, and maybe she's not here. So this moment can't even happen, but maybe it can happen on an egoic level, but it doesn't really matter. But my whole point is, I just never know how to show you. And you're like, I never felt it. And all of a sudden you all release, and then you both love each other. So I'm not judging your mom. Your mom was beautiful and did the best that she can. But what's beautiful is this recognition that there's this judgment. And this is what's keeping you from feeling seen and understood as an adult. I asked her as an adult and she couldn't say yes. Fantastic, Lynn. But she's still distorted. I mean, I don't know the story, and I don't want to put her down. She was conditioned, and her conditioners were conditioned, and you know that I feel like it's a perpetual growth that we're all here for. And I'm not going to fault her and say she was a bad mom. I don't know what her circumstances are, and I don't know what your circumstances is. And that's not the point. That isn't the point. The point is the truth of you feeling like you don't belong and you're not seen because in your early days you never felt that unconditional love. And it's beautiful, and it's part of your learning. And so what do you want to do with it is the question. What is it that you want to do with it? So here's a big awareness that we just found again. What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? What do you want to do with it? That's your question. Oh, absolutely. She did her best with what she had. There's too much spirituality and work going on where people blame and feel anger and project it. And that's not the game. The game is finding what is wanted for self, for your growth, for your love, for your expression of yourself, and to take it from there. Being seen is my number one need, desire. Fantastic, Lynn. And who do you want to see you? Being seen is my number one need and desire. So who to see you, Lynn? Who to see you? I saw Andrea just saw you. We all adore you, and Lynn cherish you, which I do too. Adore you, Lynn, and cherish you. But who do you want to see and desire you, Lynn? Who? And everybody that relates, put it in the window. There are many more puzzles we fit in, like this community. Yes, Sally. Yeah, and I've always said that. There's so many different friend groups and so many different acquaintance, so many different experiences which allow me to express the different elements in me. And that's what I love, that beauty of having so many different ways and different opportunities to express the different elements that I am, because I think I don't like the word that I'm going to use, but I'm using it anyway, but I don't like the word complex, but I'm not a complex person. Multidimensional, better word, multidimensional. We're all multidimensional. So I like having so many different dimensions to share my multidimensionness. In some circumstances, I can't talk like I talk with all of you. This wouldn't be received, but here I could just keep talking about truth and love and vibration and spirit and egoic bodies and mental bodies and physical bodies, emotional bodies, and we're all like eating it all up. But in some experiences I can talk like this, but it's okay because those get a different element and dimension of me. Lynn, I've done so much worthiness work. I feel happy about that, but I do feel disconnected in general. Lynn, and this is exactly why the approach that I feel like we take together is different. What we want is the authentic expression. I just want you to recognize it's about worthiness. I don't want us to do the work. I want it to be authentic and a recognition that you see yourself as a misfit. And I like it. Who is it that said it? Was it Sally or Andrea? That we're all misfits. Andrea, we're all misfits. We're all misfits. So how do you want to shift? What do you want to feel? I'm going to ask you, Lynn, what do you want to see and feel about yourself? I do feel disconnected in general. I can reword it. You want to feel connected in general and specifically. Feeling compassion for your moment or tragic upbringing, says Andrea. And Lynn, thank you for adopting me, Andrea. Okay, so Lynn, you want to feel connected specifically. You want to specifically feel connected. Everybody ask, this is the question, who wants to feel connected in life? Who wants to feel connected? Who wants to feel connected? I do. Who else wants to feel connected? Give me hearts, give me words. Who wants to feel specifically connected in life? Huh? Who wants to feel connected? Valerie says me. Fantastic. Who else wants to feel connected? Who else wants to feel connected? Andrea? Yes, I would love to. Who else wants to feel connected? I don't see the hearts. Nobody wants to feel connected? Leslie says, yes, indeed, I do. Yes, indeed, I do. I do. There you go. The hearts are starting. Okay, this is a huge question for me. Kim says me. Okay, Lynn, why is it a huge question for you? Do you want to feel connected? Do you want to feel specifically connected? You said you don't want to feel disconnected. I don't want to sound sassy, but I'm really asking the question. Do you want to feel connected? Do you want to feel connected? Because I have parameters. Ooh, okay, go ahead, Lynn. Put in the parameters. This is fascinating to me. I love it. What are your parameters? What are your parameters? Fantastic. And I also want to know, everybody, what do you want to feel? Okay, fantastic. I was worried that everybody doesn't want to feel connected. I'm like, ooh, hello. Hello, do you want to feel connected? Hello. Rachel wants to feel, Rochelle wants to feel connected as well. I do. Okay, so Lynn, I'm a serious introvert. Fantastic. Sally wants to feel connected. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm a serious introvert. So Lynn, what are the parameters? I see that you're identifying. Jeff, I do often want to feel connected, or you do feel connected often, Jeff. So I'm a serious introvert. So what does that mean, Lynn? I know it's a label. It's a serious introvert, but what does that mean? You want to feel connected in which way? And I don't feel like parameters, so there's a bit of a conundrum. But Tell me, I don't see it. I get where you're going to, but I don't see the conundrum. But I get where you're going. But I'm going to let you go and then I'll take you back. I know exactly where you're going, but I don't think it's a contradiction as you think it is. Okay? I don't think there's a contradiction, but I see that you feel like it's a contradiction. So you keep going. So there's a bit of a conundrum. Jeff, want to often, but sometimes I like to drop out. Fantastic. So are you satisfied, Jeff, with the balance of feeling connected? Or when if you want to feel connected, do you get it? Or do you feel like you don't have what you're desiring? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. And then the other question that I had, remember back a long time ago where I had 2 questions, I could only remember one? Well, here's a second one, is what do you want to feel connected to? Kim, depression has made me disconnect. Fantastic. So what do we want to feel connected to? Okay, what do we want? This is so powerful. We might need to have an inspiration on connection. I'm going to write this down. Connection. We haven't talked about connection in a while. What do we want to feel connection to? Myself, universe, and other people. Valerie, fantastic. You got them. You hit them self. Myself, physical body. Other people, physical body. Universe, egoic body. These are where we want to feel connected to. And we could say our emotional body or our mental body, but myself is those bodies. First, fantastic. 4 bodies, we can even say. Fantastic, Lynn. So I can be there for hours, but I can't handle small talk for any length of time. So Lynn, okay, I knew where you were going for with that contradiction. How do I say it? Being connected is a feeling. Feeling connected is a feeling. It doesn't have to come with limitations with the physical experience and expression of it. Because I'm understand here, but small talk bores me. Lynn, nothing bores me more than small talk. Nothing bores me more than small talk. So when I see people, I quickly get from small talk to real talk. And if they can't get to real talk, we don't get a lot of talk. If you're someone who doesn't do good real talk, I don't do a lot of small talk with them. I don't like calling myself introverted or extroverted because I like to stay away from labels. I truly do. I used to think I was an extrovert, and now I don't know if I'm an introvert. So even when Jeff says right now, sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, I realize that sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. I realize that I like being by myself more than I thought I did when I was younger. So I realize that, and now I don't even label it. I just realize it's part of the multi-dimension nature of me. I love being connected with people, but I also like connected with myself, and I can be so content and satisfied on my own, but I also love being with group, small group and large group, but I like authentic talk and I don't like small talk. So none of that is inconsistent. The inconsistencies is the resistance that we think that it's incongruent. Can we all see that it's congruent, but the inconsistencies is our belief that it's incongruent? Because once I label it is when I start to put it into these different boxes. But once I say, I want connection. I love connection. What do I want to be connected to? There, Valerie said it. And Leslie said it, more deeply connected to myself. So when I say myself, guys, let's talk about it being our emotional body and our mental body and our physical body. So I want to be connected with myself and my 3 bodies. I want to adore myself. I want to see myself. I want to be connected. Oh, okay. Andrea also says to be connected to source and nature and to higher self. So we want to be connected to our physical bodies. Okay. So our mental body, our emotional body. So a lot of today, appreciation and gratitude, we talk so much about our emotional body being connected and the authentic, oh my God, appreciation is the authentic expression of self, which means I have to be connected to myself to be able to authentically express myself. So I emotional and my mental body, and then egoic body, that's the nature, that's universe, that's higher being, that's inner being, that's self, that's source. And then on the physical journey, it's connecting with people and my physical expression and with others. So there doesn't need to be any incongruency. I just want to be connected. Lynn, I can be very outgoing and social, but need space. I love that you get that, Manal. Lynn, I totally get it. The only thing I want to shift in you is the fact that you believe that there's incongruencies. There are none. I could have written that sentence. I wouldn't even say I can be. I would say I'm very outgoing and social. And I love my space with myself. And I love that I get you, Lynn, and that you get me, Lynn, and that the whole tribe gets each other, and we have the space for hearing and understanding each other. I am very outgoing. Oh my God, I love people. I love people. And I love seeing the best in people. And I love when I can see everybody for the best of who they are. I really don't like when I can't see the best of somebody. It's a judgment I hold on my somebody. Oh, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't see the good in them. I can't see the best in them. It's a struggle. The human in me just came out. But I love, and I also love myself and being with myself and celebrating myself and enjoying my peace and my quiet and getting to know myself at a higher level. So there's, Lynn, the only thing we're missing from you is the incongruencies. Did it shift or not shift? Did it shift? Gary, we were asking where you are. But there's also fear because I don't have a big network at all, which makes me feel lonely at times. Okay, this is so great. This is the tribe that we need to talk about. Is it about size? Okay, we just talked about it, okay? Not always connected, but I'd like to be, says Jeff. We already read that. I'm more deeply connected to myself, says Leslie. Gary, see Gary, everybody is celebrating Gary that I can't even read the comments right now. It's what we want to be understood and to be connected to ourselves, We want to be connected to our physical self, to our emotional self, to our mental self, to express the trueness of who we are. And I shouldn't be talking because there's celebration that Gary's here. Gary, we're connected to Gary. We're connected to Lynn and to Andrea and to Valerie. And so the only incongruent, Jen, hi Manal, I rushed home to catch the last 20 minutes just in case. You guys are also wonderful. Okay, so we're talking about connection and the incongruencies that we create on a physical level to connection. I see the incongruity on an intellectual level, but maybe it's got stuck in my soul yet. Okay, so Lynn, what's the resistance? Tell me the resistance. And everybody tell me the resistance. Do you all see it intellectually? Does everybody see it intellectually? Do you see it intellectually? And do you see that the connection we're looking for is on all the bodies? And that we might sometimes feel like we're lacking the physical connection, but it's actually a connection to the truth of who we are. Lynn, disappointment. So Lynn, disappointment of what or who? I see it, Valerie says. Disappointment or what? Of what or who? Disappointment of what or who? This is so powerful. This is so powerful. So powerful. Disappointment or what or who? Of self or of others? Of others that we're distorting it, but it's actually of self. Is this a self-judgment? I'm pausing. I'm purposely pausing because I really want to see. When I look into people's eyes and be in the moment, I feel connection. Andrea, fantastic. So you let go of your own resistance. That I make the effort but don't find what I'm looking for. So is it in you, is it in them? What I recognize, this is Manal speaking. Manal is the human. Because other times I talk as the non-human. Manal is the person. I can't back out of that one. When I realize that I feel disconnected, it's actually my own self-judgment and resistance that keeps me from expressing myself and seeing the other person. So whenever I don't feel connection, I have become aware that it's Manal, me. And Lynn, I'm not necessarily telling you that it is, but Andrea, wait, I came close to crying in the beginning quite a bit. I can feel the pain of please see me as who I authentically am. Beautiful. Lynn, that's what we just want to get to really deep, is come to that deep awareness that there's a little girl crying to be seen. And I know you said you did a lot of work, but I want to approach it from different angles until you can truly see it and love yourself. So it's you that wants to be held. I want you to see you and to hold you for the authentic you are. And I see now and know where that distortion came from, and have fun undistorting that distortion rather than I did so much unworthiness work. It really is like, oh my, look at this conditioning. This conditioning is coming out again. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Just like I said to Valerie earlier, this is so cute that this conditioning is coming, and I egoically and spiritually know truth. I know truth. I know truth, and I'm playing with truth. Jen says, I get Lynn. I think we project onto others what we don't like about ourselves. That's what I really want to get to. This goes full circle to my, yes, Lynn, that's why I was giggling actually internally. I didn't say it, but I was laughing internally because it went full circle. And that part of your sadness was Ted is because you found somebody that filled you, that you got to be yourself with, and the effort to go and overcome your resistance to allowing people to see you and love you for who you are. And I was going to say, but I just bit my tongue because I didn't want to be too vulnerable, that Ted is here for this particular growth for you. The Ted was your bridge for this particular growth, and I think it's beautiful. And I want you to see it with beauty. Lynn, can you see it with beauty? Can everybody see it with beauty? Gary, I think everyone is here at this live, so we can all be a big happy family. Yes, this is what I think, a big tribe where everyone is included. Yes, Gary, yes. We talked a lot about tribe. We've got a fantastic tribe. Yes, Gary, we're a super happy family. So much love and acceptance and laughter and tears. Yes. Sally, to feel that I matter to someone who matters to me. This community lives and loves this. Yes, we do. This is powerful. You are all amazing. And Lynn, you are amazing. Lynn, I know that. I believe he stepped back to further my growth. Yeah, he did. I believe that too, Lynn. And it's fun. For me, it's fun. It's so fun. And Lynn, let's do it and let's have fun with it. That's what I want for you. Let's have fun with it. And I want you to see each other in each other. So Lynn, if you could see how Valerie beats herself up, and it's like, Valerie, love yourself and have fun with this. And then Valerie could see it in you. And then that's how we grow. We grow. And Monica's coming in. Yes, just got here because of work. But yes, about the family. Fantastic, Monica. Gee, it's so nice to see you. Manal hasn't cried yet. This isn't fair. How many of you were here when I was so close? I got moved many times. Who witnessed me being moved? What? You guys aren't doing your job. Monica, love to all. Happy Friday. You all keep reminding me of Friday. Valerie, yes, you were so close. Yes, I was close many times. I just, sorry, I was still asleep, says Andrea. Yes, Andrea, I always think about you when I do earliers. Lynn is crying. Lynn, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. See, now I'm going to cry again. You're beautiful. There is a growth that you're here for, and let's have fun with it. Let's all have fun with it. And let's see each other and see it not as weaknesses, because it's not weaknesses. It's not like I've been doing this and when am I going to get it? It's a part of like, this is the joy. This is the authentic expression of my life. This is my conditioning. This is what I signed up for. This is the definition, our new definition of appreciation. This is I think this is one of the most powerful inspirations we've had. Who feels that? Is it just me that feels it? I feel like there's some really intense awarenesses and authenticity in this one. Is it me? Is it just me? Lynn, I feel so deeply grateful that he did that for me. Me too. Valerie, yes, absolutely. Lynn, may your tears help you see your real beauty, says Andrea. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this is really powerful because it got to the crux and the core and truth. Got to crux of the core of truth. Rochelle, I'm here for it. This is my first time and I'm here for it. Fantastic. It's so wonderful to have you. It's so wonderful to have you. I'm so glad. There was a lot of concepts that we build on. Do you feel that Rochelle, that you're following it all and that you know and you can get a sense for it all? My question to you, I'm so glad that you're here. This is a really intense one. And this was, I knew it would be, particularly, yes, I feel I can relate to Lynn. Fantastic. Good. 100%. Okay, fantastic, Rachel. It's so fantastic to see you and to have you be part of the tribe. We continue our discussions in attaining your authentic life, so jump in there as well. Valerie, if I can love me, then you can love you. I love you. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Such a celebration of authentic vulnerability. Sally, yes. Very powerful, very powerful. Hugs to you, Lynn, Lynn, Lynn. Love everywhere, love everywhere. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So how is everybody feeling? Okay, do we feel authentic appreciation for life? Do we feel authentic appreciation for life? Manal, you helped me shift my fear to humor somehow. I celebrate your beautiful being. Andrea, I cannot wait for you to come to say that your grandson was born. I can't wait to see how you share, how you brought light into the room. I can't wait for you to talk to us about how spiritual that physical experiences was, and that how different it was from your experience, and that and that I'm laughing at, says Gary says, yeah, now sing. And I'm really excited for you to recognize and see the growth of you as a human in the physical journey, and allowing the spiritual being that you are and that you connected with to just radiate and resonate during that birth. And Andrea, I want to change that word of I will break the cycle. It's not about breaking. That breaking, and I know that your intention with it is beautiful, so I'm not in any way criticizing. I'm trying to bring awareness to the shift that I want us to have in this community, that there was nothing broken. There was nothing broken. And Andrea, when you were thinking of your mom, maybe there's a more resistance in there that you might want to bring to the surface. But there was nothing broken. That I can't read the comments when I'm talking, because then I start laughing, and I'm not ready to read the comments yet, but I start laughing. But I'm sure you're all reading them as well. But the whole point that I want to make is, in our lives, there's nothing broken. Life, we signed up. Whether you believe you signed up, if there was a greater meaning, it really, really, really doesn't matter. But it was, our journey is for a reason. So when we say we break the cycle, there's an implication that something was broken or something was wrong. But what if something was not wrong? What if everything is because it is? And the whole point is growth and expansion, growth and expansion, growth and expansion. So Andrea, you're not breaking this cycle. You're expanding and growing. And you're expanding and growing at a rocket ship or at a turtle. Are you growing and expanding as is there something faster? The speed of light? Or at a snail's pace? And maybe our parents were snails. But that was so not nice. But you get what I'm saying. And I wasn't meaning my parents. I was just saying in general when we talk about our experiences. Or maybe it felt like a snail pace because we were in it and it was painful. But maybe it really wasn't. Maybe it was at Fox speed. Maybe it was at a car speed. Maybe it was at a rocket ship. Maybe it's the speed of light. But the whole point is to recognize that we're here and we've been here for growth and expansion. And if we've been here and things keep going, or we're already at the high, it has to grow. It has to grow and expand. And it's not linear, which I've always said. It's always going to be non-linear. But we're here to grow and expand. So I'll get off the soapbox, but can you guys tell me that you liked the essence of what I said on that box? And Andrea, I said you're not broken, but I'm aware, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Lynn, the most amazing thing is how beautifully my three grown sons have rallied around since Ted died. And now I'm going to cry again. How they have learned to accept my vulnerability, authenticity, and I have been blessed. See, it's beautiful. Okay, are you happy, Gary? I'm crying now too. Lynn, that's so beautiful. Okay, happy? Everybody, I'm crying now too. It's beautiful. That's what life is like. Happy, guys, I'm crying now too. Happy. Oh my God. Carolina says, love you. And okay, guys, I did it. I'm crying. I'm so happy you guys are happy when you break me down. Oh gosh. I have to be the one talking. I'm not allowed to cry. Gary says, I beat you to it. Oh my gosh. And do I even have a nice crying face? I don't even know. Nice crying face. I'm not an actress. I'm a human. Oh my God, Lynn, that was beautiful. You're not broken, just transparent. Thank you, Andrea. Andrea, did you get the essence of that message? Because I think it's really important, because that's what I want to get. Mel, you're amazing. You're like a human mother. Ayahuasca. I don't know what that word is. You guys kill me when you put words like pterodactyl that I don't know how to pronounce. If you're there on laughing on Tuesday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm crying too, Manal. Love you. Beautiful Monica. Mary Alice, bless you, Manal, and everyone. I'm feeling joyful and more confident in my ability to welcome all emotions. Less fear of negative, such freedom. Oh my God, you're gonna break me. So I just want us to just enjoy our lives. There's so much beauty in our lives. Oh my gosh. You guys, I'm really... We're gonna have to end this soon. Oh gosh, wow, Jen is here. Get a joke. I need a joke. Maybe we'll do a session. Let's cry together. Oh my goodness. Ayahuasca is a powerful psychedelic plant medicine. I know exactly what you're talking about, Mel. I can't believe this. You're like a human. Oh my God. Okay, we need one for Manal. Okay, there's a really big statement up there by Jen that I'm trying to read, but you're all making me cry. Now I sound like a victim. Oh, okay. I was at a team meeting, business meeting today, and let's see. I was at a team business meeting today, and I noticed a big shift in participating in it. Jan, fantastic. Normally I sit back, almost afraid to speak. I'm not important enough, but instead I enjoyed being inclusive and was able to speak out and have my say. It felt great. I felt less fear. I felt free to just be me. So I feel appreciation for this authentic life I'm now living. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Andrea, we need a good crying session. Yes, we do. This one got us. This one got us. I said us because I know we're all crying. I know we're all crying. It's almost like who's not crying? Yes, and I see the hearts that we're all crying. Okay, so did we do it? Did we do it? Did we do what my intention was, which is that last 30 minutes of the tribe when we just laughed about gratitude and we just laughed about it. And the reason we laughed at it is like, I am done with us efforting what is the true expression of who we are. And I'm done with people telling you, just be grateful, just be grateful, just be appreciative when it's who we are. How can we tell each other to radiate our truth? It's not allowing the truth to radiate and for people to see the truth. So from now, okay, we shifted lots today. Okay, fantastic. So what is the new language that we all create the intention to embrace together? Let's do that. Let's do this, okay? Let's do this. It's really powerful. What are the intentions that we are all going to agree to shift together on? I think one intention is that we are going to honor our authentic expression. Period. One, we honor our authentic self-expression. Two, that this expression is what gratitude and appreciation is. Is there any others? Are there 3, 4, and 5? Or is that's enough for what we are trying to do? Gary, see what happens when I come in big trouble. Yes, Gary, you did allow us all to release a lot. You were the missing link, Gary, exactly. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, is that it? Is there anything else that we want to cement? Recognizing self-judgment is the way, yeah, Mary Alice, looking at all the different resistance that we have, all of those resistance and just letting it go. Jen, how do you make Lady Gaga cry? How do you make Lady Gaga cry? How do you make Lady Gaga cry? Poke her face. It would have been better if I sang it, but poke her face. Anyway, it would have been better. That's so funny. Poke her face. I love it. I love it. Fantastic. Okay, so is everybody feeling complete? Is everybody feeling complete? I am feeling so complete. So complete. I feel like today's intention is really been Yes, the group shifted when Gary came in. Gary, look at you. Everybody was asking early on, where's Gary? And then Gary came in. Fantastic. Yes, the group did shift. There was a big shift when you came in, Gary. I'm glad you're here. So is everybody feeling complete? Is everybody feeling seen? Heard? Yes, we can take a moment of silence together. Yes. Is there intention that we want to do for that moment? Lynn? Complete and blessed. Andrea, fantastic. When's your daughter due? When's your grandson joining us? Gary, 97.2% shifted. That's so funny. Those are my numbers too. I think energy sharing and love. Fantastic, Lynn. Love. Anything to do, my daughter's due in 2 weeks. Oh my God, Andrea, exciting. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, let's sit for 3 minutes. And in beauty of our authentic expression, and let's enjoy, put energy on yourself and to the group. So on yourself and to the group. So you could, and receive from the group and give to the group. So in the beginning, you might start on yourself and then go to the group and then receive and come. So come in and out of giving and receiving and feeling, and in and out on yourself and to the group. Okay. Sally, day 3 of month 3. Oh my God, it's March 3rd. And you all know that 3 is my number. 3-3-23. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, fantastic. So 3 minutes, everybody, 3 minutes, and give, receive, and give to yourself, and give to the group, and receive from everybody, and receive from yourself. Okay? Okay. We will start right now. Wonderful. Everybody, when you're ready, open your eyes. Come back into the virtual room. I see the heart starting. Did everybody feel the difference between receiving and giving? And giving to the room versus giving to yourself? Is everybody feeling as fantastic as I am? Do you all know how brilliantly amazing and beautiful that you are? Do you all know how much I love and adore every single one of you? Every single one of you, everybody that's here, everybody that comes, everybody that speaks or doesn't speak, pops in, stays forever, stays for the length, enjoys, comes, loves, talks, cries, sees, understands. I appreciate and love every single one of you. Andrea says, I always feel that. Gary says, you didn't sing. No, I didn't sing, but my heart is singing. My heart is singing. My heart is singing, and I'm so appreciative, and I just feel so much gratitude, and these words are just coming from my mouth, not my mind, of knowing that we're all in here. And when I say in here, not in this virtual room, but in life, with a desire to grow and to expand, and that we're all just so curious and so bright and so self-aware, and that together we're going to make is the wrong word, that life tastes amazing, and that life is here for brilliance, and for us to learn to radiate our truth, and for us to just love and to be. And that we will do it together with ease, with joy, with fun, with play, laughter. Jen, looking forward to watching it from the start. Jen, I'll post it very soon. Lynn, I have been seen. I have seen you. You are my tribe. I love you, Manal, and everyone. Deep gratitude for you creating this space. Thank you, Lynn. Deep gratitude too for you, and I appreciate your involvement, your engagement, and everything you say, because when one speaks, it speaks for us all. We speak for all of us. And maybe our distortions are a bit different. We're in our 70s, we're 60s, our 50s, our 30s, our 20s, our 10s. I don't think anybody that's 10 is on here. And our experiences are different. We're male, we're female, or whatever it might be, our sexual orientation, whatever it might be. But our essence of being human is exactly the same. Our journey towards wholeness and the authentic expression of ourselves is exactly the same. And together we'll align to finding our truth and expressing our truth, and recognizing that my truth is different and expressed differently than everybody else's truth. But everybody's truth is brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Mary Alice, yes, and thank you, Lynn, for contributing to us all. Yes, Lynn, it was a fantastic contribution, and it was so life, like so life. You don't overindulge in the story. You have a nice balance of talking the truth, and the emotion without overindulging allows all of us to relate to it in a very powerful way. It's fantastic. Everybody has all their gifts in the way that they communicate. But Lynn, thank you for your everything today. Gary, I think we should deal with fears next time. Valerie, agree? I have scheduled one for next time. It's, I believe, Tuesday at 1 or 1:30, and I pause. How is it that I could do it right before we jump on, and then I try to remember what the topic... I know. It's about moving from self-judgment to self-acceptance, which is really interesting given how much we focus today on emotions. But it's about self-judgment to acceptance. And then we'll do next time, I'll do about fears, if that's what everybody wants. Andrea said, great idea. Gary, absolutely, we can do fears soon. Fantastic, yeah. When Andrea, next Tuesday at 1 or 1:30, I believe I did the self-judgment. I will do the fears the week after that, which would be the 18th, I believe. I'm almost, no, the 14th. Yeah, next week is the 7th. 7 plus 6, right? 6. Struggling. I am so struggling. Next week is the 7th, the Tuesday. The 14th is the week after. So on the 14th, I'll do fears. I'll write it right now, after we hang up. Thank you. It'll be my Wednesday. No, I'll do it in the afternoon, Andrea. I'll do the 1 p.m. I'll do 1 or 1:30. I haven't looked at my calendar, but I'll do something next week for the week after for 1:30. Fantastic. Thank you. Not your 4 a.m. Yes, I'll do it in the afternoon. Fantastic. Lynn, thank you for all your love and support. Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, today was brilliant. Thank you to everybody. I love you all. If you're not in the group, join the group. We keep talking. We just keep talking after hours. Follow me. If you don't follow me, I think most are followers. And let's just keep having fun. Let's keep growing. Let's find the most authentic, beautiful expression of our truth. And whatever that truth is for the moment, whether it's sadness, anger, frustration, fear, self-judgment, whatever it might be, see it, understand it, love it, and that becomes appreciation. It naturally gravitates to gratitude, appreciation, satisfaction, love, bliss, and joy. Let's just express the truth to who we are. And the truth is we're beautiful. We're beautiful. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. There is nothing more beautiful than the human journey. And I feel it to my core. And my intention and my mission is for us all to know, to feel, to trust the beauty of our human journey. Because it is incredible. We are fortunate. And do you know how I know we're fortunate? Because we are lucky to be alive. We are happy to be alive. We are alive. We are fortunate. Let's live our fortune from a place of authenticity, not from the intellect, not from shoulds, not from judgment, but from truth. And together we'll get to truth. Together we'll be in truth. Together we live the truth. Fantastic. Andrea's in New Zealand, close to my heart to you all. We'll come to you in New Zealand. Lynn, I've never been to New Zealand. Lynn loves New Zealand. Fantastic. It's a lot like Vancouver. I know it's a lot like Vancouver, which is where I'm from. Fantastic. Okay, you're all brilliant. See you next week. Yes, we're all invited. Fantastic, Andrea. See you all next week. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for everything. I appreciate you all. My love. Always.